guys, so now I'm just gonna season the meat. I just cleaned it, soaked it with some white vinegar and water until, you know, it got clean, and I mixed it around and let it sit for a while. And now I'm just gonna season the meat, and I will show you guys what I'm doing. But I only have one hand, so I might just come back and show you what I did once I'm finished. So I'm gonna be adding some nature seasoning, some garlic powder, some lemon pepper, complete seasoning, adobo, salt and pepper. And then I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to show you guys, I also added a few drops of the liquid aminos. I just love the flavor that it gives meat, so I added a bit of that in there. So all I'm gonna do is mix this together to coat the meat, and I'm gonna run some water over it and then put it on the stove to boil for about 30 to 45 minutes. All right, I just set it on the stove to boil. The time is now 4:43. I will be back around 5:30. I'll be back, or 5:25, 5:30 to see what it's looking like. Okay, we're back, and I actually let it boil for about an hour because I just wanted to make sure that the meat was getting tender. So you see that some of the water actually boiled out from our meat, so I'm gonna add another cup or two of water in there and add our ingredients. So I was following a recipe, but the only ingredients that I have that I don't have from this recipe are the carrots and the pumpkin. So I have the pumpkin flavored soup mix, but I don't actually have the pumpkin to put in here. I just forgot that at the store, and I don't feel like going back out to get it, so this will just have to do. So I'm gonna be adding the yuca in. I just used one yuca. And I'm gonna be adding some red potatoes in. The recipe that I'm following, they actually used Idaho potatoes, I believe, but I'm just gonna be using red potatoes because that's what I like. So yeah, I'll add some of that in there. I have the corn that calls for fresh corn, but all I had on hand was some frozen corn. The chayote, or chocho as you call it in the Caribbean. I cut it up. Hopefully it's ripe. I don't know how to really pick it out to tell if it's ripe or not, but I have that over there. I have our pimento seeds. Add some of those pimento seeds in there. I have a few. Some thyme. It's like a poultry mix. This thyme in there. Basil, I believe. Or no, rosemary. Rosemary and thyme. So it's, oh yeah, in there's a little, there we go. Add a little more thyme. I have a Scotch bonnet. I'm gonna just rinse this off and set it in there. I'm also gonna cut a little chunk of this ginger and put it in there, as well as cut up our celery. So when I get all that chopped up, I will be right back. And then I'm just gonna add a little water to the pot just to make sure that this is all gonna get covered. Okay. And when I come back, I will show you guys the seasoning packets that I will be putting in there to give this a little bit more flavor. Okay, so I've added the rest of the cut up potatoes and yuca, chocho, the poultry blend that has the thyme and the basil and the rosemary. And now I'm just gonna add our celery. I've also added the pimento peppers, but I'm just gonna add the celery, and I'm gonna add these little flavor packets by Grace. We have the chicken flavored soup mix. I'm gonna be adding one of those, and also adding two of these pumpkin flavored soup mixes. And then from there, we're just gonna let this all boil and do what it does. So yeah, let me go ahead Add the rest of this celery. Oh yeah, and I also chopped up the ginger. So I chopped up some ginger to put in there. I'm not gonna be eating the ginger, I'm just using the ginger for flavor. Okay. Just added that one in there. That was the pumpkin. I'm gonna boil this for a little bit and then I'll come back and add the other 2 packets like when it's almost finished. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, follow me, so subscribe. So if you want to see more content like this, just leave a comment below and I will share more recipes with you. See you in the next video.